Hi, I'm Ray Franks. I'm 57, I live in New York, and I'm a woodworker. I think it was immediately after the election. Everyone in my family was depressed, and I literally almost hopped on my bike and just started riding then, and to tell people to send money and to support and help out, but then I thought better of it and thought I better plan a little bit. I don't know, I think more the planning of it than the writing. The writing has been the easy part so far. Trying to get it all organized. I'm not a fundraiser, and so trying to make sure that I'm getting enough support and enough visibility so that it actually makes a difference has been the hardest part. No matter what, you have to love them, and it's you're going to say the wrong things, you're going to do the wrong things. I still do, and but you do in every form of parenting. But you have to be there for them and let them know they have a safe place to come, and that you support them and love them. I hope to meet people and have conversations while I'm out there. I've already had a few along the way that have been kind of surprising. I think a hard time believing one is as evil as sometimes you feel like they are. And I think that with some personal contact, I'm not going to change minds, but I'm hoping people at least think about it a little bit. The most surprising was I stopped in Oatman, California, which is a very touristy stop on Route 66 with donkeys in the road and everything. And I went in to buy some gummy bears at the little general store, and the woman said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm riding my bike across the country." And she said, "Why?" I said, "I'm raising money for the Trevor Project in Land Illegal." And she looked at my jersey, which had it, and she said, "LGBTQ, I don't know what that is." And I explained it to her, and wasn't necessarily a positive face, but it was not negative, and it was clear she was thinking about why I was doing it, and gave me her card and asked me to call her at the end of the trip and tell her how it went. I think they think it's a great idea. I think my kids don't think I'm as radical as I should be. They're also busy with their own lives. I'm not trying to get the queer and trans community to support me. I'm trying to get more allies to support them. So I feel like that I'm happy that they're happy in their lives and doing what they're doing, and I'm doing this for them, but I don't need them to be my cheerleaders for it. Worst case ally is someone that's not out there physically, legally, emotionally trying to harm someone. A neutral person that's not doing anything, that's the worst case ally. But really an ally is someone that's making their home, their church, their school, their community, their rec center, a more safe and welcoming place to everyone. Probably not, but I'm hoping, one, that I'll be able to raise some money for the Trevor Project in Land Illegal, because they can make a difference. And this may sound too grandiose, but I mean, if I'm riding through some little town and one kid sees my jersey and realizes that there's someone out there thinking about them, then that's a success. It is literally the least I can do. I just, like I said, as a parent, I can't understand how someone would turn away their children. It's just unimaginable. And also, I think about so many people across the country that live their entire lives being miserable because they refuse to accept who they are. And it's just sad. They could be happy, but they're not. There's surprising pockets. Like my parents live in Virginia Mennonite retirement community, even though they're not Mennonite, in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And my parents have these shirts, and every day they put on a sticker that says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and they have a whole group of people that are following me there and that have supported me, that have contributed. And you know, if you were to just walk in there, you wouldn't think that there would be support there, but there is. Like I said, I mean, the big impetus was just the election, and also to be honest, is a little self-indulgent because I thought it would be a great ride. You know, it gives me a lot of time to think. So far, it's only been heat and sun, so I wear long sleeves and I have sunscreen and a hat, and the heat doesn't really bother me too much. Once I get out of Colorado, then I'll, you know, be facing storms. Hopefully, no tornadoes. You know, Kansas is very windy. Hopefully, it'll be at my back. This has been a particularly hard question for me because I grew up in East Tennessee, which is in the Bible Belt, and even though I went to integrated schools, was very segregated, and most of my friends were African American. They've been dealing with this their whole lives, and they've been dealing with worrying about every time their children leave the house, are they going to be okay? And I've never had to deal with that until recently, and so I'm just now feeling a tiny little bit of what so many people in this country, immigrants, people of color, have been dealing with their entire lives. So I feel a little bad. I feel like I'm letting some of my friends down because I'm just speaking up on one cause right now. But I want them to know that they're still in my heart. We tend to pick those things that are hit closest to home. And whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but that's how this ended up. I just hope they're thankful that I get home safely. Like I said, I don't really need my kids to rah-rah me. They have been helping me. My oldest has been helping me with some of my social media, which I'm sadly lacking in. And they've been giving me advice and they've been showing their love. But I just want them to have their lives, know they're loved, and I'm doing this to help them in their community and everyone else. And so please do what you can to help, you know, whether it's locally, whether it's supporting the Trevor Project in Lambda Legal, whether it's taking someone into your house that needs a home, whether it's helping immigrants, whatever it is, you know, stand up, speak out when you see something that's not right, because it's otherwise, what are we left with?